China's deadly plastic head obsession. I got no idea what this is about. It's about Wonny. I got no idea. I got no idea. The thumbnail looked very odd, though. The thumbnail looked very, very odd. Anyways, also please consider liking, subscribing. I appreciate it. We'll jump in. I got no idea. I got zero idea what that is about. Let's look at some plastic heads, I guess. Plastic heads are nice. I heard, at least.
From Chinese beauty filters to the world of shadow clone makeup, how about we start modifying our heads as well? Yes, I'm serious. We're getting set back 1,000 years.
They're not gonna modify their heads? I mean, see, we already are like leg lengthening surgery, like fixing your jaw, breaking your bones. What do you mean fixing your head? Are they just like take a hammer and smash it in and then like make it regrow? What is happening? Okay. Slow down. Okay. We're at the point where like fixing our heads. Oh, I don't like the head shape. It's too oval. Break it.
At this point. Now, Chinese beauty culture has always had a thing for baby faces. And this isn't new. You open Douyin or Xiaohongshu.
I mean, that's not... Yeah, I mean, that's not... Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that is happening. Yeah, kind of. The more youthful you look, the better. But I think that goes oftentimes for overall most of Asian, dare I say, culture in many parts, right? For example, the fairer your skin, the better, right? That's also one of those.
And it looks like everybody downloaded the same character preset. Big eyes, small face, completely no pores, and a nose that looks so small that it's like it's trying to hide from you. Men and women alike are all chasing that. Technically, I'm 24, but you know, I look like I just got picked up from a kindergarten class aesthetic. Now, digital filters...
Diabolical. But yeah, the younger the better. That's the overall goal, right? The younger the better it is. That's rough.
Filters don't harm your physical body, right? It just messes up your entire view on beauty standards. But what if we crank that to the maximum threshold and start putting plastic in our heads to look, you know, a bit more...
No. Lolicons. Yeah, it doesn't apply because lolicons only like the fictional stuff. So that's the problem. The fact lolicons are specifically because of the fictional part. So yeah, that wouldn't necessarily apply. You do great here, even though you're black. I'm still not black. Also, that is an alien.
Or alien. Welcome to the Chinese influencer obsession with the so-called high skull beauty. If you've been doom scrolling on Douyin, you're gonna see many...
High skull beauty! We want a bigger skull! Well, welcome to alien! I guess. Alien looking motherfucker. Wow. You want like, what was it? Like the one Indiana Jones movie with the crystal skull? That kind of shit.
Many influencers bragging about their head wrapping face proportions like it's a Pokemon evolution.
Bro. Okay. Let's quickly summarize this, okay? Let's summarize this quickly. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, okay? Hold the fuck on. Okay. That's not just a big skull, that's also a big forehead. Forehead big enough to place the Burj Khalifa on there. If that's pronounced correctly. Or the Pyramid of Giza or the Tower of Babel. Whatever.
The concept is simple. If the distance between your hairline and the top of your skull is longer than the distance between your eyebrows and your hairline, congratulations. You've unlocked the ultimate proportional face. Just looking at it, it's a piece of art. Your head will be considered...
That looks weird! They look better without it. That looks weird. A headache would cause an avalanche. Yeah. That looks weird. You look like you just heavily hit your head and started swelling.
High, and once your head is high, your face will just magically look smaller. Ah yes, faces just exist only to be compared to other body parts. Disregard anything else. Of course, it's all about the angles, and this entire thing is basically an illusion just to trick you to think that you're chopped. They'll tell you it's a way to look younger, and it's completely normal and definitely safe. I mean, stretching your head like Play-Doh, of course it's safe. Now, it did start at the
fuck? Stretching your head like Play-Doh. What the fuck? What the fuck? Tower of Babel looking ass. What are you trying to do? Reach God with your ginormous head? That gives Airhead a complete new definition.
Safer end, mainly with hair tutorials promising extra volume at the crown. Many influencers promoted headbands and foam pads, pretty much to just push your hair a bit more forward and higher. But let's be real for a second, the problem was never about having a flat skull or a big forehead. It all started because people were saying, if your head isn't high enough, then your face is big. And if your face is big, then you look old. And if you look old, you failed. Especially for influencers whose entire income depend on their appearance. Put the fries in the bag, little bro. And that's where the solutions came in. And by solutions, I mean injecting filler into your scalp so that your head becomes...
Bro. Okay. Filler. Into your skull. Straight up. What are we doing? Oh, by the way, this is gonna happen here as well. Don't be delusional. This will happen here in the West at one point somewhere. Where like somebody's like, yes, I need a bigger head. Airheads, literally.
Becomes inflated like a balloon. The most common method being pushed by influencers is injecting hyaluronic acid directly into your head. And hyaluronic acid isn't like some evil substance, okay? Like we use it, I personally use it in skincare and everybody else does too. It essentially hydrates your skin. And here's the thing that they don't tell you. This is temporary. And also, your scalp is massive, so you need way more filler than you think.
So you are saying that they're just stuffing filler into their heads, and it's temporary, so they have to do it again. This lady looks super high, and with a ginormous head, literal airhead. There's nothing more in there, but if your face is big, you look more youthful. Don't you? They usually have a baby face. Well, I guess not, but not by Asian standards, not by Chinese standards.
To really make a big difference. And way more is an understatement. Now, there's this viral case about a beauty influencer who really wanted a high skull, and they ended up, sit with me here, having around 50 syringes of hyaluronic acid injected into their scalp. At first, everything seemed fine, and that's how most of these stories start, by the way. A couple of months later, she posted a video.
Yeah, she's balding. She's gonna end up looking like Tectone. There's gonna be more hair on more face. Stupid. More hair on her face than on her head. Just gonna be Tectone looking. Bald maxing. Truly a moment of bald maxing. You might as well become the lady from like Avengers who has the time stone.
Where she removed her headband and revealed a massive bald patch. She was crying on camera, explaining how that she'd gone for a crown lift filler 2 months earlier after she started watching face to head proportion videos. And a month later, her hair started falling out in clumps.
我吐了。2个多月之前吧，我刷到一个大白，他在讲头脸比例、容貌的焦虑的趋势吧，我种草了，专门赶去上海用了高颅顶，就是在头顶的这块位置。刚开始的时候没有太大感觉，只是觉得有一点红肿，然后痒，会起白屑。运动的时候都会觉得有种神经被拉着的感觉，容易头疼。我以为这是正常的恢复的过程，然后1个月之后我就开始掉头发了，慢慢的出现斑秃，并且一发不可收拾，到现在越来越严重。
Bald maxing. You are going to be bald for the rest of your life. That is never regrowing. That is not just hair falling out. You literally killed off the follicles or whatever they're called. You literally killed off the root of your hair.
来3到6个月，我可能都长这样。再加上我的职业因素，可以说生理上的折磨是一部分，但心理上的痛苦才是最煎熬的。
And the doctors believed that her hair follicles entered dormancy because the filler caused tension and restricted blood flow. In other words, your hair was basically fighting for its life. She eventually got the fillers dissolved, and then the doctor said that because there wasn't any permanent scarring yet, her hair might regrow back. Might. Okay, but what if we remove the temporary part? Because apparently injecting like 50 syringes into your scalp is clearly not extreme enough. And this is where our beloved material, cement, enters the chat. Well, bone cement.
Cement? What do you mean cement? I was like Botox maybe, but fucking cement? Like silicon, but fucking cement?
Okay, not like concrete. Now, bone cement is a real medical material used in actual reconstruction.
Okay, all's good. Yes, Croc, okay.
surgeries. You know, the kind performed by licensed surgeons for medical reasons. Not so your face can look 3% smaller on Douyin. But here, bone cement is being marketed as the ultimate high skull solution. Absolutely no maintenance, and it's a permanent fix. Now, I was gonna explain exactly how this procedure works, but it is just so gruesome, so I'm just gonna put it in simple terms. They essentially open a small part in your scalp, inject the bone cement, and mold it like Play-Doh so that it fits properly. And then start
Bro's trying to look like Gato here. What the fuck? That's crazy. Now that is insane.
starts to quickly harden and solidify, which then becomes permanent. Congratulations, you have a helmet in your head now. And around mid-2025, a 29-year-old woman from Jiangsu paid around 180,000 yuan at a beauty salon to achieve this perfect high skull look. Not a hospital, a beauty salon. I mean, that's already insane. She said that she always hated how her forehead looked for a very, very long time, and eventually she found out what bone
She's definitely gonna bald, isn't she? She definitely will be balding, isn't she? That's definitely gonna end up being bald maxing, absolute baldness.
cement filling was, and she knew that was the answer. Because obviously when you don't like your forehead, the solution is to drill into your skull. So she goes through the exact same step-by-step procedure I explained earlier, but according to some reports, this beauty salon apparently used staple-like clips to
Bruh, yeah, it's over.
you know, close the gaps, instead of like actual medical material.
鼓水泥全过成第二弹，这就是放在脑子里的水泥。先来一个造型设计，半个小时做完了，现在出门去吃饭。在小韩都啥都不。
The entire procedure took about 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, that looks horrible. That looks literally very horrible. I wonder how she turns, if her hair is gonna stay. That's horrible. That's miserable.
That's a very fast procedure, first of all. She left with a bunch of bandages wrapped around her head, smiling. I'd expect her to be like, you know, maybe
That bitch is in tears. What do you mean? That's not smiling. Obvious. But, jeez.
a bit nervous or like, this is kind of scary, you know? They're like literally opening your head. But no, she said that she'd wish she'd done it sooner. And people were shocked. Netizens quickly pointed out how having bone cement filling into your like head is, you know, asking for permanent brain damage. Not only that, but the short-term effects can easily
To be fair, the moment you think you need to do that, I think the brain damage already happened, so it's not... What's a little more brain damage? The fuck did I just see? E.T., basically.
disrupt blood supply directly to your scalp, as well as baldness, of course. And people question how a beauty salon was even able to do such a procedure that is basically head surgery. And of course, a lot of people ask the most obvious question. What happens in about 20 years? Does it get removed? What if beauty standards change? Am I just stuck with 2026 high skull aesthetics forever? And trends change fast, and I mean extremely fast. Today could be high skulls, tomorrow it's something else. Now, do you guys remember this girl?
Is this just a chip? This is just a chipmunk, is it not? That's literally just a chipmunk. I'm gonna say it. I'm starting to realize why. I said it before. I'm starting to realize why mostly women were basically treated like children throughout history. This may sound rough, but this may sound rough, but I'm definitely like certain that's the reason why. Stuff like this, decisions like that. There's no way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just true. That is a chipmunk. That is a chipmunk. That should not exist, but it does. This lady is a victim of her own womanism. She had these girls all have woman moments. Weak moments of woman.
今年多大了？
Wow. Wow. She's more annoying than a wife nagging her husband. That's crazy. I don't even know how she achieved that.
Yeah, have you ever noticed something odd about their ears? So there's this huge elf ear trend where influencers
Oh, wait. It's not the voice? It's the fucking ears? I mean, the ears are humongous. I agree, right? This is just literally Chinese Dumbo. There's no way she's not gonna start flying away in a little bit. at this point. Like, there's no way she's not gonna fly away, right? She's just like, look at those ears. Look at them ears. She can hear colors. She can literally see with her ears. That's crazy. She can hear taste.
Influencers are pretty much showing off their ears that are protruding outwards unnaturally to make their faces look smaller. It's pretty much the same idea, just a different body part. One influencer
Nah, bro, you just look like a chimpanzee. You look like you just escaped the zoo. Send her back to the zoo. You look like a monkey. Right? Because, like, even chimpanzees have, like, these ears that stand out. Hello, monkey.
that went viral for this procedure was Chen Xianen. She posted about her elf ears on Weibo, sharing the before and after photos, pretty much saying that the injection
Yeah, elf ears, dummy. Girl, do you see pointy ears here? Show me pointy ears. Elf ears, you say. Okay, show me them. Show me those elf ears. I don't see any freerin looking ears. I don't see any elf ears. Where's the pointy ears? Come on. Show me. Elf ears my ass. It's just hello monkey.
injections behind her ear made her face look smaller. We can see from the before photos, her ears were barely visible from the front when her hair was tied up. After the injections, her right ear pretty much just jutted outwards like it was trying to run away from her face. Now what's especially ironic is that protruding ears used to be something that people got bullied for, and now it's rebranded as an aesthetic. You just slap on this cute little
Well, I still will call them monkey, so it's all fine. See, I'm still doing the stereotypes of calling them monkey. They can't make them pointy just yet. So they just, make them more, no, that's, Yeah, but they're not elf ears then. We gotta be lore accurate here. Elf ears are not just ears that are, like, moved outwards. Elf ears are regular ears being pointy. So they're not elf ears. Stop. Elf is a sensitive topic for Poke. No, I like to be lore accurate. I like to have my lore on point. That's important. It's important. It's for the lore. It's for the lore.
fantasy name to it, and now everybody wants it. Some netizens with natural protruding ears even joked, "So my ears that I've had for over 20 years are finally fashionable?" And because there's always somebody who takes it too far, our male celebrity here, Xiao Chaye, literally implanted rib cartilages into their ears to achieve the look. So essentially at this point we're just swapping body parts like Lego pieces.
China is a circle of hell, is what I'm trying to say here. China is a circle of hell. It just is. It might just as well be hell on earth.
能贴出10万的效果，但你做不出来。我身边很多人做了精灵耳的假某体。
I am looking at Wukong, female Wukong. I'm looking at a monkey, literally. What is this? Those are elf ears. Yes, yes, yes. And the alien from Alien is a tree. Yes, of course. And the zombies from The Walking Dead are just your just workers from an insurance company. Next, that's a monkey. That's just a human looking monkey. First of all, why her eyes, like, her eyes look swollen? I hope this is makeup. Her nose looks a little weird. Her lips look a little weird, and obviously her ears look especially weird. This is just a chimpanzee. I'm sorry, but it looks like a monkey.
往回缩了，尽量是10万的耳朵，横着贴，你把耳朵上，你把耳朵背后出来了。
And all these wild beauty procedures were marketed so hard by salons.
Bro, my boy's ears look like the mouth from Birdo. Hold up. What? Bro. Okay.
All these wild beauty procedures
That's just Birdo's mouth. This is just Birdo's mouth. Nothing more. Bro's ears look like Birdo. That's all there is to it. Oh, the Korean love those eye bags as well. But they look swollen. They look like Bonnie Blue had just a deep session. That's what they look like. A swollen eyelid. Eye bags. That's like horrible.
were marketed so hard by salons to the point where pretty much the trend outweighed all the risks. And that is exactly how aesthetic poids works. You're shown the rewards and not the consequences. Which is how we end up with people drilling into their heads because Douyin said that their faces would look smaller. Now on the bright side, not so bright, but fillers can be dissolved and your hair might grow back. But bone cement? That's not something you just grow out of. It's literally growing inside of you. You're permanently locking your body into an online trend that may just exist for like maybe half a year. And this brings us to our final boss, Lisa Yo. This girl got famous for transforming her appearance so hard that not even her friends and family recognized her. She openly obsessed over Korean and Chinese celebrities and
Oh, isn't that a Western girl? Wait, isn't that a Western girl just wanting to look like an Asian girl? Isn't that the one? Or am I mistaking something?
well, clearly, as you can tell, she just went all in. Multiple major surgeries, pretty
Bro, you look nothing like an Asian person. Jeez. Now that's some monster-made flesh.
much all aimed to look like this idol aesthetic. And transformation is an understatement. Her new face didn't carry any resemblance to her original features, so if you lined up old and new photos together,
No! What did you do? You were cute before. Now you look horrible. No, you were literally so cute. What is wrong with you? I will give you a more modest outfit, but you were so cute. What is going on? No. 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 What did you do? What did you do? You look cute.
you would literally think that these are two completely different people that
Now that is my personal tragedy. No.
have never met. Nessence quickly pointed out her extremely high and overfilled forehead, as well as a noticeable raised back of the head. It's pretty obvious that her eyes, nose, and mouth all had been worked on, and every exposed part of her skin had pretty much been altered.
I tried Korea's latest beauty obsession ear fillers, and the results are shocking. If you've seen my TikTok about the ear tapes, you already know the look everyone is going for these days in Korea. After trying out the tapes and loving the result, I decided to get fillers to make my ears bigger. Then I headed into the treatment room and met Dr. Jong. First, I got a small anesthetic shot to reduce any pain. Just look at the difference after doing one side. Oh my god, the trend originated from China where people get this type of fillers a lot. And now a lot of Koreans getting it too. Honestly, it was totally manageable, just a little discomfort. My before and after. I'm obsessed.
Now, stories came out that she was actually a mixed race of Russian and Mongolian, and that she was bullied in school for having these Asian features. After moving to South Korea, she decided to completely transform her identity.
You were cute before that. What happened? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why? Why?
And even deleting all the old photos and videos of herself to completely just try to wipe her traces off of
Body dysmorphia, final boss. It just is.
the internet of her previous looks. Now, what makes this especially dangerous is that it's mainly targeted for an audience of regular people, just like me and you. Not everybody is a celebrity with loads of money or many options they can pick from. So then they start comparing the prices, filters, or surgery, temporary or permanent, except all of this is pretty much an illusion. Because your face didn't shrink, your skull just got higher. So without any angles or any other beauty filters, in real life, it just looks unnatural. You're essentially just trying to morph yourself back to the primal age, as well as putting a baby filter on your face. So what happens when a lower skull becomes cute again? Or maybe even round faces come back into fashion? Like, are people just supposed to sand down their skulls back to normal now? So yeah, if you ever look in the mirror and think that you're not enough, just remember, there are people out there spending hundreds of thousands of yuan to reconstruct their head shape because an influencer told them to. And honestly, if your biggest problem is that your forehead is too big, you're doing just fine. Stay human, stay recognizable.
Anyways, that's pretty much the end of the video. So, to summarize, now she looks like someone from Avatar. Wait, stop. Stop. Don't give them ideas. That becomes the next trend. Having blue skin. Stop. Yeah, to summarize, yeah, we're cooked. As a species, we're cooked. We have so many brainless sheep that just follow, like, a weird art trend on this planet. Like, I know that the word NPC does not really, is not really taken seriously anymore, because most people that use this word are literal NPCs, but, like, that's an NPC right there. That's like literally, that's a non-playable character. Right? They just spawn once you're in location, but then they just vanish. That must be the case. That is crazy. Anyways, don't doctor on your people doctor on your fucking forehead or your skull. Don't put their bone cement or any other substances. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe.